Weapons of mass creation being made faster than ever by myself with the new Spirit Bomb machine and my new meatball makers. Alright, so you start off with a shovel full of Spirit Bomb mud, which is pretty much dirt, clay, and banana peel water mixed. And I mixed in some dry clay so that consistency could be just right. Then you take a scoop of that mud and then you put it into your little meatball trays or your Spirit Bomb trays. Then you get your milkweed seeds for endangered pollinators like monarch butterflies. If you don't believe me, let's look. Save our monarchs. Monarch caterpillars only eat milkweed. In fact, the monarch butterfly is also known as the milkweed butterfly. National Wildlife Federation. Monarch caterpillars feed exclusively on the leaves of milkweed, the only host plant for this iconic butterfly species. As such, milkweed is critical. So this is showy milkweed that's native to the western states like California, Oregon, and Washington. And we put them into the smaller cup because they're very important seeds and we don't want to waste them, right? So keep the spill down. If we do spill, we'll spill the small cup and not spill the entire thing. So we put it in there and zip it back up like you can see. And then you spread them out evenly all over the tray, just like this here. You'll probably use your finger or something smooth just to spread everybody out, make sure they have their own space and seat it properly in the mud. You feel what I'm saying? Then you get your spatula thingy that came with the meatball maker. And I guess this is how the meatballs are supposed to be made. You'll put the ground beef in there and just knock them out like that into the pot. But I was like, man, I probably could put some mud in there and like pop these things out 3 at a time. Right, but it's kind of making me think like I really should have a lot more than what I do have. So this is a dope little innovative way to make these things, and they do go a lot faster, as you can see. I pretty much finished out both of those trays, but then you come with the dry clay for the Spirit Bomb machine. They need to be dry. They need to be on the outside at least, so they're not sticking to each other. By this time, I'm already masked up with the clay flying everywhere. I even got an air filter because, as you can see, that air quality is terrible. Then you flip them over as best as you can without letting them stick to each other, like so. Then you hit it with even more dry clay just to make sure they're not sticking to each other when it's time for them to roll together in the Spirit Bomb machine. And then you take the whole tray, you probably loading up probably half of them at a time, but put them on in that Spirit Bomb machine like this here. And then you pick up the barrel and roll all of them at the same time in that dry dirt, help them all separate and not stick to each other. Then once they're done, I got another little piece of cardboard and I just roll them down the tray. You feel me? So they don't fall and splat on it. And lastly, you spend a couple minutes fixing any of the ones that didn't come out perfect. And that's how